In goal setting, there are generally two basic approaches, and one is really no approach at all. Goals come in different ranges: short-term goals, mid-term goals, and long-range goals. The definition of short, mid, and long would depend on your own time references. Many people, if they even do a plan, select a goal or goals and work towards accomplishment without regard to understanding the relationship of goals to their overall needs. This is better than having no goals at all, but just barely. Unless goals are a part of an overall plan, they do not really work for you. They work against you. They take your time, they use up your resources. And even when you meet or exceed your goals, the results could be completely worthless. No matter how successful a project is, if it does not deliver you step by step closer to your main goals, then running that project is useless. Some people might argue that achieving a goal improves morale, or that working together builds a team feeling, or that planning and achieving a goal provides training and therefore it's beneficial. Morale and training are good, it's true, but just think how much more rewarding a goal would be if it had a direct correlation to your needs. Let's use a community project as an example. If the children in your neighborhood are starving and you run a project that builds a playground, then no matter how nice a playground you build, it will not feed the children. The building of a playground does not fill the need. The first step in goal setting is understanding related needs and requirements. If you know the children need food and you build a playground, then you've wasted your time, effort, and resources that could have gone into supplying food for the children. The basic truth is, goals fill needs, period. Think of your needs as an empty pitcher or bucket that your goals will fill to the brim. Let's use a map as another example. If you want to travel from Paris, France, to Hollywood, California, but you go to Munich, then no matter how great a time you have in Munich, no matter how quickly you get there, no matter how many warm and fuzzy feelings you get out of the trip, it does not get you closer to your goal of arriving in Hollywood. This analogy, of course, does not reflect connecting flights. The time-honored way of successful goal planning is very linear. Again, this starts with knowing your needs and your direction. Let's say that there is a trade show in Hollywood every October. This trade show usually results in the largest sales figures of your company for the year. Your business and marketing plans should mention that having a successful Hollywood trade show is one of the most important aspects your company has concerning financial operations. This brings up the second most important aspect of goal setting. Goals must be specific and measurable so they can be evaluated. Let's say a typical Hollywood trade show brings in 40% of the yearly sales totals, or $2 million. If all anticipated costs stay the same as the previous year, then you could figure that you need to produce another $2 million trade show. If costs have doubled, however, then you should sharpen your pencil to see what sales you will need to cover the climb in costs. Some people might state that their goal is simply to have a successful trade show. This begs the question, what does a successful trade show mean? Success is a relative term. By adding a specific and measurable figure as the goal, however, we can review, compare, and evaluate numerical figures. Perhaps this year you will provide sales training for all your staff. Well, then you could reasonably adjust the goal upwards for an anticipated jump in sales. Now, you know that you need to go to Hollywood, and you also know that for your company to be financially viable, there needs to be a trade show that produces sales of $2 million. If you want to go from point A to point B, the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. With a map, you can see Paris and Hollywood. So we draw a line. That line represents the travel between Paris and Hollywood, but in reality, you are going to do more than just travel from point A to point B. For that journey, you need to accomplish many different tasks along the way. By building a series of short-term goals or steps, You can work towards the overall goal of getting to Hollywood and taking part in a trade show that rings up $2 million in sales. These short-term goals might involve developing handout materials, special mailings to let people know you will be attending, and perhaps a special presentation at the trade show. During the journey, the goals must be reviewed and changed if necessary. For example, a new fiscal forecast could change your sales needs. Or perhaps there is a new trade show about the same time in another part of the world that could adversely affect attendance, which would reflect in lower sales. Goals must be reviewed both during and after the process. During, to make sure that you are on track and adapt as needed to accomplish your goals, and after, to look for ways to improve. Let us review the three most important aspects of goals. Goals fill needs. Goals reflect specific and measurable figures. And goals must be reviewed and evaluated. Goals help us succeed at home, at play, and at work. Goals are tools and are only as effective as we make them.